What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 6 of the THC Samuel Show. So hyped to keep talking about art with you guys. And again, if you guys are enjoying the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button down there. I'm tossing that little graphic in every video, so please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. So today we're going to get into the second episode about, again, probably my favorite non-glass artist. He'll be popping up on the show pretty frequently regarding topics. Cote Escriva from Spain. We're going to talk about another one of his sculptures today, one of the monos, the Creepy Popeye. So super excited to show you guys that. Here's some of the box. We'll get into kind of a full detail of the piece and a full overview, kind of step by step. And it's really sick. Can't wait to show it to you guys. So if you guys were following and watching, if you remember back in episode 3, we talked about Creepy G, and Creepy G is super sick. Again, these sculptures are made of poly resin. Sometimes they come in a variety of colors. I prefer to collect the mono editions that are just the black, white, and kind of gray colorway. They are super sick. So again, here's Goofy, and check out that previous episode. I think it was episode 2, like I said, or episode 3. So check back on the channel and check out the whole episode featuring this guy. So really quickly, before I show you guys Popeye and kind of what that sculpture looks like I always do, I want to show you guys the box. So on this main front portion of the box, you got Thundermate's logo, the company who makes the toys, I guess in collaboration with Cote. And then you have the front, big Popeye, super cool, thumbs up. Popeye is really just like, I don't know, I'll go into this in another clip, but just such a classic and iconic character. And depending on when you grew up and everything, you probably remember Popeye, and just such a classic character. It brings back just like really positive nostalgia from being a kid. So as you wrap around the side of the box, obviously you get full Popeye with Cote's classic artwork. And then you go to the side and you get Popeye's arm. Again, you got both logos on the top corner. You turn the box around, you have the official, let's see if that'll focus. Let's see. There we go, Creepy Popeye. And this came out in 2020, so super exciting. Only 300 of these were ever made or have been produced. So next we'll get into the sculpture. So this is it. This is Creepy Popeye. It's such a cool sculpture. Before I get into that, I'm going to do a little close-up and zoom. Here is that COA. Again, anytime you're buying artwork for the most part, they should definitely come with certificates of authenticity, and if not, be a little wary. So I'll get a little zoom of that to show you guys the COA, and then we'll get into Popeye. Popeye is super cool. I'm actually really impressed with how heavy it is. I haven't picked him up in a while. It's like a really heavy sculpture. So let's get into it. So as mentioned, here's that COA, where you get the certificate of authenticity, you get photos of the piece, you get who made it, you get the official title of the piece. Again, it's made out of poly resin, and you get the edition number 274 out of 300, you get Cote's signature. You really get all of the pieces of information, besides obviously your receipt or anything like that you would need for provenance or history of the piece, and really just to make sure that you're buying something that's authentic. So here's that COA, and let's get into some close-ups of the piece. So here we go. This is Creepy Popeye. He's super cool, and again, I guess one of the reasons why I decided to scoop this piece, and actually, to be honest with you guys, this was actually a gift from my girlfriend. This was a birthday gift last year, but one of the reasons why I love his work and I've decided to start collecting his work is really just that classic nostalgia that some of his characters bring. We showed the Creepy G character in a previous episode, and with Popeye, it basically brings back that same nostalgia. I used to watch Popeye when I was younger, and Cote, his work is really crazy. Like his artwork and his style of just how he kind of deconstructs a character and really changes kind of what we know as like, you know, a classic character as Popeye into this super sick sculpture. So next we'll get into kind of close-ups, and I'll show you guys really exactly what it looks like and kind of the different details of the piece. So here we go, guys. This is Creepy Popeye, and it's so cool, basically the way he's kind of deconstructed from the side. As we go up, you see the side of his arm is all kind of cut out, and just kind of like the raw bone with the veins. And it's super sick. The detail is really unbelievable. We'll get into some more close-ups on some of the other side, but this is that front side of the piece. So one of my favorite aspects, here's a different angle real quick as we continue to go around the piece. One of my favorite aspects of Cote Escriva's work is how he takes those classic characters that, you know, depending on your age, you kind of grew up watching and you grew up loving, and he changes them and gives them that signature style, and still keeps the positivity, still keeps the thumbs up, still like lets you know that he's doing his thing, but has that totally kind of different deconstructed style that Cote does, and just changes the character tremendously and just looks so sick. So I don't actually remember the original cost when these dropped in 2020, but I scooped this. I got this as a gift, I should say again, later on in 2020, and I think it was around $500, $450, $500. So again, not something too crazy, not something, that someone, couldn't really afford if they saved up for it, and a really, really sick piece. And the really fun thing, I guess, not just about Cote's work, but about depending on the artwork that you collect, these are super limited. So to be able to get one, I'm super grateful. And they sell out super fast. So like these sold out. The colored ones sold out. Every edition that they do sold out. So I really can't wait to get into the close-up, and let's show you guys Popeye. So now we'll kind of start from the top and go to the bottom of Popeye. And one of the cool features about this piece, I'll probably show you guys in another clip, that little kind of tobacco pipe that he's holding out of his mouth is actually removable. So that's a fun little feature on the piece. But here is the front, and then let's get a pan down. Thumbs up. I love the thumbs up. Let's get a zoom in on the rib cage and the detail of the rib cage. The work is really so sick. Let's get down to the legs and the bone connections. And then also the feet placement where he's just like in full stride. It's really such a fun piece. One of my favorites. So here he is right at the face with that handpipe, and you could just kind of take that tobacco pipe right out of his mouth. It's like just a little removable feature, and just adds some character to the piece overall. Not that it needs anything else, but the piece is so cool. So let's get one more zoom of the whole thing, and then I'll show you guys what the bottom looks like. There's the feet. Again, the detail is really just phenomenal. And it's a heavy piece. The sculptures are relatively heavy for their size. And I have one of the jumbos, and the jumbo is gigantic. So let's get into a couple other aspects of the piece. So here we got full Popeye again, and let's check out the bottom of the foot. That's where you get, again, some of that other detail information. 274 out of 300. Let me see if I can get that to zoom real quick. There we go, 274 out of 300 with Cote's signature and Thundermates. Super excited about this one. I love his work. So this again is Creepy Popeye by Cote Escriva. It's such a sick sculpture. There were 300 of these made. Again, very grateful to own one. They're very heavy, and just like the overall presence of them, they're super cool. I know I keep saying kind of similar things in every video, but again, that's because every piece that I buy, I absolutely love, and I would encourage you guys, anybody watching, anybody interested in art, to really do the same thing. Don't invest anything, don't invest your money, don't invest your time, don't invest anything in something that you don't actually love. If a piece of art doesn't speak to you and say, oh wow, that's sick, I love that, or like just really speaks out to you, don't buy it. But if it does, scoop it and enjoy collecting art, because I absolutely do, and I hope you guys do too. So again, this is Creepy G from episode number, I think it was 2 or 3, so go check that out if you haven't. Creepy G is super sick, and just for size reference, let's put these guys next to each other. And also, kind of just for reference, so you guys can start to see, once you start collecting, 2 or 3 or 4 or more of these sculptures of Cote's work, they just kind of like compound. Like once you start adding them up together, they're super cool. I mean, like I said, he's probably my favorite non-glass artist because they're the sculptures in my house that bring me the most joy, that when I look at just kind of remind me of that positive nostalgia, and they're just super fun to look at. And then when you add the quality and the details of each piece, it really doesn't get much better than that. Here's the Popeye, super sick, and then we've got Goofy, and they're both just chilling, and they hang out, and they're always kind of guests at the crib, and they're just always hanging out. So I look forward to getting into a couple other pieces that I have by Cote in some future episodes, and let's get it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 6 of the THC Samuel Show. Today we got to get into, again, another one of my favorite artists, per usual, Cote Escriva. He's from Spain. His work is absolutely incredible. He does canvas work, he does paintings, sculptures, and this is Creepy Popeye right here. We talked about Creepy G in a previous episode, but it was super fun to get into this episode with this guy with you. It's a sick piece, and again, if you guys are enjoying the channel, please do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button down there, that like button right there, thumbs up. See, Popeye would appreciate it, I would appreciate it. Hope you guys are having a great day whenever you guys are watching this. Good morning, good evening, whenever. Peace out, until next time, thank you.